Hello, and welcome back to Season 2 of Relatable Catholic. We're back with new conversations, familiar faces, and the same heart for making the Catholic faith approachable, honest, and lived out in everyday life. Whether you've been here since day one or you're just finding us, we're so glad you're here. Welcome back. Hello, and welcome back to Relatable Catholic. It's me, Katie, and my trusty companion, Carl, here coming at you live from my recliner. Whenever I do a solo podcast, I really feel like I need to be comfortable, and Carl insisted on joining me in this very small spot. But whenever I get a fuzzy blanket out, he is there. And Carl's very excited because it is his birthday on the 14th. Carl is a Valentine's puppy. He was born on Valentine's Day. Carl is going to be 4 already. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I've had a dog for 4 years. Wow. I didn't even like dogs. And here I am. Now I'm obsessed with dogs, so that's good. But most importantly, we are here to talk Ash Wednesday and Lent because Lent already starts next week. The 18th is Ash Wednesday, which means we need to get ready. I think that it's a good time to really think about and pray about what God's asking for us to do this Lent to ultimately grow closer to Him. So it's Ash Wednesday on February 18th, which is technically not a holy day of obligation, which just blows my mind that it's not, but it isn't. But also it's one of the most attended masses, which is really interesting. When I was really thinking about that, like, why is Ash Wednesday so well attended when it's not an obligation? I think what I've decided is that, like, I think that people really do want to show their faith, and like it's an outward sign to people, like to be able to like show like, yeah, I'm holy, I'm Catholic, like I'm proud to be on this journey towards eternity. And it's kind of like the only day that it's really like people, I mean, some people might look at you funny, but like, I think most people know, like, you have ashes on your forehead, like, oh, it must be Ash Wednesday. Like, it's a way to show your faith without it being weird. So that's what I came up with, but also maybe not. I also think like sometimes people think like, and this is great if they've fallen away, but like that is kind of like a reset. Like, okay, like I've fallen away. Like Lent, I can come back, which if that's where you are, like, yeah, the church is always happy to have you back. But Ash Wednesday just is like, and I think everybody likes it too because it is a great mass. There's something really like so special about Ash Wednesday Mass, and like the songs, we only get to sing those ashes songs once a year. Oh, we rise again from ashes. They better play that song. Like sometimes I think like the song leaders are like, oh, we play that every year. Like, let's play this ashes song. No, I want to hear that ashes song because I only get to hear it once a year. Let's not change things up. So, Mr. Till, if you are listening and you are playing at school mass, which you will be, we better be singing ashes or else. So, oh gosh, some real bangers on Ash Wednesday. I think that's one of them. One of the reasons I love it so much. And then, of course, the ash. Like, what kind of ash are you going to get? Are you going to get, like, the perfect cross? Or are you going to get the giant blob? Are you going to have it running down your nose? Are you going to get, like, that, like, tiny little piece on your head where it's, like, is that person's head dirty, or are they participating in Ash Wednesday? So it's always fun to see. I do always have to have a conversation with the kids. Like, if the person next to you has it on their face, that's like not where it's not supposed to be. Like, let's just not make a big deal about it. Like, we'll just like clean it up when we get back to school. No big deal. Because for them, this is so exciting. Like, this is their Super Bowl. They get to go up and receive their ashes, because usually they have to sit in the pew during school masses, but everybody gets, even babies, they're getting ashes. So it is so exciting for them. And last year, there was a snow day on Ash Wednesday. And so none of the kids, like, unless their families took them, I can't remember if it was bad weather or ice, or I don't know. I don't remember why, but there was some sort of weather incident that school was canceled. So I remember the next day, it was Thursday, they're like, a couple of the kids were like, so are we going to do Ash Wednesday today? I was like, no, like, it's called Ash Wednesday. Like, sorry, you missed it. It's not Ash Thursday. They don't just like move it to the next day because you didn't go to church. Like, I don't know. But it's not a holy day of obligation. So like, weather's bad, like, it's probably like a good day not like to miss, I guess. But yeah, so the kids love it so much. So I think like that's part of it too, why I love it so much, because the kids are so excited about it. So along with Ash Wednesday, it's the beginning of dun 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 Lent. Okay, Lent. Nobody likes Lent. That's not true. Some people really like Lent, but it's just like a real downer time. I guess you would like Lent if you like a fast mass. Like, usually we're ditching a song somewhere here or there. There's no Gloria. I think like, yeah, it just seems shorter, kind of meh. Is that like the commercials right now, like that are popular from the Super Bowl? Meh. I didn't watch, so I wouldn't know. Like, the aesthetic is meh. The mass is never meh, but the aesthetic is really simple, and really like dry, deserty, because we are traveling with Jesus in the desert. So makes sense, right? But along with, so Lent starts, which means that it is time to think about what you're going to do for Lent. Now, learn from my mistakes. I always try to do the most during Lent. I just like, I think like, oh, I'll do this and this and this. And it just doesn't ever work out, because I'm the type of like, I'm kind of an all-in person. Either we're all in, or oh, I forgot to do it. Okay, now we're done. Like, diet starts on Monday. Oh, shoot. Like, tomorrow's Monday. Ooh, wait till next week. Oh, like, I wasn't going to do that, but I already did it. So there's no point starting anymore. You know, like, when I get started, and then if I stop, it's just like, well, now there's no point to keep going. So this year I'm going to try and change that. So first up, let's talk about fasting. Fasting. This is one of those that like, I am a snacker. Like, I love to snack. So Fridays during Lent, I don't think I've ever made it a whole Lent without eating a snack on a Friday. Like, I try, and then like I said, like, I'll forget. And then it's like, well, I already ruined it last week when I had a snack on Friday because I forgot. So there's no point in just like, I just won't do that. So I'm going to really try not to be like that. And I know like no meat on Fridays is really a sacrifice for some people. It is not a sacrifice for me at all. Honestly, like I should eat meat on Fridays. That would kind of be more of a sacrifice for me. But like Fridays can be so long when like when you are like, if I really am trying to fast between meals, like I'll be eating supper at like 4. Yeah. So Fridays, try to fast between meals. I think if you're really getting into it, you're eating one big meal and 2 small meals a day. But thinking about it, like it's not like the no snacking and the no meat that is like what's important. It's more of like the intention of why we're doing it, and the sacrifice of that. Yes, because I think like hunger, when we are hungry, it kind of reveals our attachment to food, but also fasting doesn't have to be meat. Obviously, on Fridays, like, yes, like we should fast from meat, and I would try really hard to not have snacks on Fridays. But like, as far as like the big fasting, like what you're going to give up for Lent, it does kind of like what you choose. It does kind of reveal like what you are too attached to, like what you've kind of made your God, what you've made your idol. So like, I think about things where I'm like, no, I could not fast from that. And then it's like, well, if I can't live without that, then maybe I have created an idol in that. So like in the past, like it would have been like reality TV. I would have told you 100%, I will not be able to do that. Like I can't do that. I can't give that up. So like looking back on it now, like that was totally like an idol, something that I created as a god, which is like terrible, like trashy TV. Yeah. So like, I think that kind of, when you think about things like that, can really reveal like what the things that you can't live without, that you know probably aren't good for you. That reveals sort of like your attachment to things that maybe you shouldn't be attached to. Yeah, so last year I fasted from doing my hair, which was a terrible idea. It just felt terrible about myself for 40 days was all. It did not help my mental health at all. So I'm definitely not doing that this year. So this year I think my plan is to fast from shopping, which I think is just like, I'm going to try to reflect on like being content with what I have, and not thinking that I always need more or I need new things. Yeah, so fasting does not have to be food. But if that's something that would be helpful for you to be like an actual, like to be a sacrifice, maybe there is a food that you think like, oh my gosh, like I could never go a day without that. That'd be really hard. And they do say like, if you're going to be a nightmare, if you don't drink coffee every day, just drink your coffee. Like, yeah, I don't drink coffee. I wish I did, but I think have the coffee. Yeah. So fasting. Yeah. I think you really pray about it. Like, I think God's not like trying to trick us into making us unhappy. I think when you pray about it, God will reveal to you like what he's trying to weed out of your life, so you can focus more on, of something that's more from God. And then almsgiving is probably like the least exciting one. When it comes to almsgiving, I don't always think about like, well, what could I donate money to? Or because like, I don't know, like that doesn't, like it's good, but it doesn't like move my heart in any way. Usually try to think of something that is time instead of money. So like, where can I help more, or like where can I listen more to people, like paying attention to people, or like, is there an opportunity that I could visit with someone who needs love? So that's kind of like, that's the angle I usually take on almsgiving. But if you want to like donate. I think one year almsgiving I did, like I donated some things to a shelter or something, like clothes. I think there was like a program where you could donate your clothes to people who were going to do job interviews, so they had nice clothes for that. I think I did that one year. But I really feel like, and this is another thing, like you just got to pray about it. Like I really feel like my almsgiving is more going to be focused on like where can I be generous with my time in my gifts. So, and then prayer. I'm also not going to do what I did last year where I had like 4 devotionals and I just like it was a chore to get them all done. So I'm just going to focus on my one devotional. I think the church is going to provide a devotional for the parish. So our church is in Bellevue. So you can pick that up at Lent time. I never really heard what they decided on, but that's okay. It'll be a really fun surprise. I usually try to do the most for the prayer part of it, but I think it's good to remember, like, prayer doesn't have to be perfect. If I miss a day, like, I can carry on the next day. Like, I don't need to be like, oh, well, too bad, I missed it. Like, it's okay. Like, try again the next day. So maybe that is helpful to you too. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, like, God probably does not want a perfect prayer. Yeah. So I think it's just like showing up and like really thinking of something that's doable. Like, I think reflecting on all of it is like, what's God asking of you, and what is something that you're actually, like, be realistic. Like, what are you actually going to stick to? But also, like, what is doable for you that is going to help you grow closer to Jesus during this time of Lent? Because ultimately, Ash Wednesday doesn't like lead us to thinking about perfection. Like, Ash Wednesday reminds us. Ash Wednesday doesn't lead us to think about perfection. Ash Wednesday should be helping us remember that we're going to die. Remember you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Ascension always posts this every year on Ash Wednesday. That Father Mike Schmidt said, the ashes mean that I'm a sinner, but the shape of the cross means that I have a savior. Lent is a time for us to remember we're going to die, but like leading us to the resurrection of Easter, that thanks be to God, we're going to die, but we're going to hopefully rise with Christ. So it's just a really good time to reflect on. Whenever I think about like reflecting on death, it's kind of like it helps me put things into perspective. We are all going to die. Like, the point of this life here on earth is to get to heaven, to be with Jesus. So like really reflecting on like what's important in life. Like, what are the things that are leading me to eternity, and what are the things that are leading me to hell? Father Mike Schmidt said one day of Bible of the year is like, every day you are choosing heaven or you are choosing eternal damnation. Like, think about that. Like, that's hardcore. So really reflecting on like, what are the things that I'm doing that are leading me to heaven, and what are the things that are leading me down a path that I shouldn't be, and really like maybe fixing that. And maybe that's part of like your fasting. It's Ash Wednesday next week, which also means that it's Mardi Gras next week, which is a really big deal at school. Yeah, the kids get super hyped for Mardi Gras. The school does a big thing, and there's a bouncy house, and very exciting stuff. So also like that Tuesday, let's live it up. Have a big meal. Like, that sounds fun for a day of fasting on Wednesday, because Fridays and Ash Wednesday are also fasting, no meat days. So I just love Ash Wednesday Mass, and I am very much looking forward to it. No pressure, Father, but it is one of my favorite Masses. But hopefully this did not come across as like too preachy. I always worry when I do a solo podcast that people are going to think that I'm like telling them what to do, or thinking that like I think I have superior knowledge on all of this stuff. It's not true. So hopefully whatever you needed to hear, you heard. And I think it's Father Johnson, I think is his name. Father Josh Johnson, I think his name. He always says a prayer before his podcast, is like, take what the Lord is giving you, and if it is not for you, just like throw it out. So if that's true, if anything I said is not for you, just throw it out. Pretend like I never said it. Yeah, so those are just some ideas for Lent. I really encourage you to pray about it. But yeah, I think this year, I think God's really telling me to lean into the you don't have to do it all type of thing. So that's where I'm headed. All right, well, I guess I'm going to add in Father's Can You Relate, because it's just more fun.
Can you relate?
Thank you, Father. My Can You Relate this week, I thought of at a basketball game a couple weeks ago. They made an announcement over the loudspeaker that somebody needed to move their car. It was blocking something. And they said the car, and then they said the license plate number. And it got me thinking, if I was ever in that scenario, I would have no idea what my license plate number is. And then like it got me like, do people just know their license plate? Like, I get if you have like a license plate that you made up yourself, like a name or something. But man, you could put it in a lineup of 2 license plates. I got a 50-50 shot. I'm probably still not. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you a single letter or number in my license plate. Oh, can you relate to that? Like, you'd have to I just have to tell me the make and model, and I'll go check if it's mine. The license plate isn't helping at all. Yeah, interesting, weird. Maybe it's a girl thing. I don't know, but it's definitely a me thing. All right. Well, as always, we are praying for you. I hope you accept the invitation to grow closer to Jesus in the desert this Lent. So I will talk to you next week. Bye.